Yo.
Yo, good morning, brother.
How are you, bro?
Aquí tranquilo, ¿y vos?
Todo bien, por suerte.
Sí, here. I have a feeling that a lot of people are gonna get burnt today, brother.
I think so too. I think it's gonna be like the other day that it didn't stop falling.
I can see that. I can see that.
So yeah, let's be cautious and keep calling out, you know. Don't do what you did the other time.
I know. No, trust me. Right now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wait because not only that, it's also the fact that we have news at 10 a.m. So I'd rather
Yeah,
not call
true.
anything, just look at price and kind of like just explain what's really going on with the markets because it doesn't make sense to just call out enter, 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 and we still don't have the other news. Now, I did foresee this 23,000 30 to come in. That's gonna be a huge like if we do take it out today, right now, it's definitely gonna keep like a strong bounce, or it would go straight into that 22 850.
Yeah. 750 and 800 it's the 4 hour low from pump to all-time high.
Mm-hmm.
So if we break this area here of 23K, which is like the 7 point, sorry, 0.78% of the fib retracement from the pump
Mm-hmm.
to all-time high, then we're definitely heading for the 8 hour, 4 hour low. We'll see.
Good morning, Monk. Good morning, guys. Good morning, Ski. So we're getting that
Good
nice little
guys.
pullback. So we already swept
I want to see
below
2035, 2335.
325 to go long.
Yeah,
You already have your limit order
possibly.
set.
No, like I just need that first before I consider going long.
All right, so this little pullback that we had at the 70s is a good zone to short if you're gonna look for that 850. So there goes the 25 Monk was just talking about.
Yeah, she's going down.
She's
And
going.
I'm seeing
She looks like she looks she looks heavy.
the max the max sevens are all red and dumping also. So
Yeah, good to know that. I'm glad to hear that you're looking at that.
yeah, I'm going to share my max seven screen
Oh
so
wait, I'm not even
everybody
sharing my
can
screen.
see.
My bad, guys.
Okay, there we go. I share my Max 7 screen. We have NQ, Nvidia, Tesla, and Apple
All right.
right there.
So earlier in the day, just to let you guys know, Ronnie and I were saying that we're not taking any buys until we actually hit this zone in the 22 800s. We were looking at the charts around an hour ago before market open, and I was telling her that we were going down. It's just it was tricky of when it was going to go down. Um, but I did foresee this 23,030 getting hit and even potentially a little lower because if you look at the higher time frame on the 1 minute, I'm sorry, the 1 hour, we had this low right here that we were looking to sweep, and there's where you're getting this reaction of 25 getting like very bullish. But it's not something I would take early on just because we have news this morning. Um, so my recommendation this morning is lower your size, guys. You don't have to make a big 400, a big 500 morning in a couple of minutes. My job is to ensure that you guys know that this is going to be a heavy news related week. It's going to be choppy, it's going to be really really volatile. And I would prefer you guys to lower your size if you're taking anything. Even if it feels like you're not going to get to your goal as fast as you wish, but you will survive a market where everything is uncertain and we don't know what direction it could go into. Um, so what you guys always have to look at is why is it reacting the way it's reacting, right? So if we see, for example, we never were able to create a higher high from this higher time frame, and all we did was create a supply zone that gave us that nice push to the downside, never held the support on the 300s, and it just dumped through. This happened literally as we're talking, I guess a few minutes ago. I think Gonzo, while I was driving, was like, "Oh, the market went 300 points down." That was pretty crazy.
Yeah.
That was pretty crazy. So, as you can see, this is an area where it's a little iffy because we just don't know where it really wants to take off from. So, my recommendation is anything below the nine, like anything below 23,000s that is just looking like it's flying down. You're gonna take small scalp and just hold into 850. And if you're going long hoping that you get some kind of rebound in the 200s. This little gap right here that we have on the 15 minute would be a target that you're aiming for a reasonable area with TP. That's more than 100 points, guys. It's more than 100 points. And again, we could just be bouncing here all morning. Oh, a beautiful thing about this is if you look at the 15 minute, I always talk about this a lot. We have this sort of basing here. We have four candles that are trying to stay in a range zone, and this little indication that we're getting this momentum from 25 that Monk is trying to take along from. As long as we can hold this zone and break above this, we're looking for this 15-minute like area zone that would be a TP. But that doesn't mean it's going to be holding that long forever. You're looking to maybe potentially trim your profits around the 120s, 140s, and hope for the best that you're actually going to go all the way to the top or getting that aim of 200 being a reasonable target. Today in the market, when you have news that's coming out at 10 a.m. and also 9:45, like a few minutes after market opens, you always want to cover your ASS. I'm not gonna say the word, but definitely also we have to take into account that we have market expecting Donald Trump talking at 2 p.m. We don't know what he's gonna talk about. We really don't. But the beautiful thing is, you always cover yourself. If you're seeing $200 in profit, if you're seeing $300 in profit, maybe you're over leveraged. Consider yourself saying, hey, you know what? At a full size trade, I'd rather take 50% of what I can, and hopefully the stop loss or break even will keep me safe from losing more capital than what I have already earned. Just keep that in mind. So as you can see, we're making that base here on the 15 minute. What I'm talking about, we're creating that base to potentially come back, retest, and continue to the upside in this zone of the 200s. Just be very, very careful. That was a beautiful zone. We did take out the liquidity, and we're just seeing some kind of reversal here. Monk, do you want to share with us how's your trade going so far?
No, I didn't take long yet.
Oh, you haven't taken it yet.
Yeah, I'm waiting for it. 5 minutes to close.
That was a beautiful thing, though. You called this so precise, dude. Let's see here.
Yeah, but that's
Did it
just
tap
like
it?
one confluence, so I couldn't take.
I hear you on that. I hear you. Is anybody in any position at this moment? Good morning, T. Fossil fuel longed it, and he's done for the day. That's beautiful.
Nice. Thank you, Sleepy Panda.
Stock heat map to go with M30
Yeah,
green.
Fossil and I had the same trade plan. I didn't take it.
Yeah, you just didn't have enough balls to take it. I hear you on that.
Yeah, fuck.
I'm gonna tell you guys, I look at the recordings and I analyze everything I talk about, and I'm like, damn, why does everything I see happen as it's happening and I don't trigger the button? And it's because of fear. A lot of times we're oversized and we shouldn't be oversized. I look at my screen and I see 5, 10 micros at times, or even 15, and I'm like, damn, I chickened out on a good opportunity just because I was oversized. And that's the reality. That's the reality, guys. You have to understand that sometimes being oversized, it feels nice, but in the long run, being safe and having small losses actually feels even better than the win. So far we're getting a nice strong bounce. We have a total of 128 points, guys. 128 points in less than, what was that?
Yeah,
In
less
less
than
than
five
10
minutes.
minutes. less than 10 minutes. That's insane. That's insane. If you are in long, please make sure don't be greedy. Trim your profits. We're already hitting this VWAP zone. So we are above the EMA 20 and 9. I usually don't have my indicators on, but I left them on for whatever reasons. See something here. 20 and 9.
Once 5 minute closes, I'll look for longs around 110 and 100 between there.
Good morning, Bankai. Good morning, Debbie.
Good morning, good morning.
All right, so that's a beautiful 15-minute now. As you can see, it's showing a lot of strength. It's already clean. It's very beautiful. Now what we have to wait for it to actually close and give us that small direction into that 200 zone and above and beyond.
Yes, still hasn't broke structure on 5 minutes, so let's see. Yes is looking bearish.
All right, so we're getting a really strong push down. We're still not gonna take anything as of yet until we get the close of the open range. 5 minute close very nicely above. This right here was very nice close. At least it engulfed everything. That's the most important thing. This 23,100 would be an ideal tap to continue to the upside if we do get it. Very nice, Debbie. Very nice. 20 evals from Apex. That's beautiful.
20 evals.
20 evals. I know. I'm just like, damn. It's amazing. All right, the 5 minutes is acting very, very, very strong. It's gonna get into that 200 zone. If you're taking this long from here, you're gonna make sure you break even as fast as possible that you're in some kind of profit. But my recommendation is be a little bit patient. Good morning, Ronnie. Good morning, Sniper. Ronnie, do you see anything at the moment that you can share with us? Maybe give us a small insight on what you see in the charts.
No, I don't. There was so much supply created on that way down, and I'm just waiting for a little bit more structure. No, sorry.
Perfect. And as you guys can see, there's certain rules, certain things that regular traders are gonna have different from everybody else. And there's nothing wrong with that. So one of the things I keep mentioning to you guys, the Call of 15 minute had this small base, and we get this small push from this 175. We almost got into this 200 zone that I keep talking about. We almost did. It would be nice and ideal if this next 2 minutes we close above 138, 140, and we can see some kind of small pullback to continue. That would be a quick scalp you would be taking into this 200 zone. It
You're
just
targeting 200 for longs?
we were targeting 200s as a target for longs if you were entering long at the very bottom of the 30s. Monk gave us a very small insight of his bias for longs at 25. He didn't take it, although he was correct. He was just looking for more confluences. The market was just moving so fast, he really couldn't enter this trade. But it was a beautiful trade.
Hmm.
I really think that all that happened was we swept this right here and we came to the upside.
Mhm.
It doesn't mean that market is going to turn around 100%. It's just a zone that we're just trying to trap and find liquidity to continue to the downside. My bias for the long term is 22,850, maybe even lower than that. If you look over here, we have these areas that are also liquidity that can just be sitting there for the rest of the day. So if we go all the way to
Mm.
22,800 and we break that, we're going to continue our way into the 500s quite
It's
fast.
so choppy right now.
Mm-hmm.
What a freaking day.
Mm-hmm. All right, so we're getting this closed in the next 15 seconds, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls.
Mm.
Gonzo, what do you have in mind, brother? Talk to me.
I hate these days. I hate when we have such a big move 1 hour, 2 hours before New York opens,
Mm-hmm.
and also with news. So I hate these kind of mornings because you never know if they're gonna keep dropping, if they're gonna bounce it, and if they're gonna bounce it, where are they going to take it? If it's
Mm-hmm.
a fake out. So yeah, I just rather still wait.
Correct. So notice how on the 5 minute candle we have this small pushback into this like 140, 130 zone, and it's holding in that zone. So we have the engulf candle that goes above this base that we had. Then we had the nice close of 5 minute above this breakout zone. And then we had the small pullback to continue. This gives us the direction of that 200 that I keep talking about. That can even go all the way to 224, even 250. Very easy into the VWAP. Um, One of the things I would recommend is I would wait for the breakout of the zone to take a quick scalp or get yourself in the 2 micro position where you're putting your stop loss at 100 or like 120 and you just hope that it doesn't drop to come back up and you are actually in a position to get a winning trade. I would not take it just because I really don't feel that I want to rush into anything just because a lot of my evals are so close to getting past that it's only like one or two trade that I need for me to pass each of these evals. Um, but yeah, definitely looking beautiful on the 5 minute. If you look over here, it gave us a nice continuation candle and it's continuing with a lot of momentum. I mean, it's not rapid fire momentum, but it's momentum that it looks more in confluence to go into the zone more than what you see here where we were dropping slowly like a small dove, bounces and then comes out. And if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this would be called a SMT. Is that correct? I think Monk is the one that trades SMTs.
Sorry, what?
Would you consider this as SMT right here?
Yeah. ES still hasn't broken any 5 minutes highs, and NQ's broken almost all of them, the pre-market highs. So see, because direction is still unclear as hell on ES, because we didn't take out any of those 4 hour lows.
Mm-hmm.
So we have a high time frame SMT and a low time frame SMT, and they're like opposing, which is why it's so like confusing.
I see that.
That's like another reason why I wanted to stay out.
Mm, Interesting. Very interesting. I didn't see that. I don't look at the other charts, but very nice to see that you're seeing something that is holding you back from taking that long that you took that you mentioned. Let's see here.
Would
We
have
have
been
a
nice though.
really clean reaction from that 15 minute,
I'm sorry, Ronnie.
unfilled 15 minute.
I'm sorry, Ronnie. What were you
Sorry.
saying?
I thought that would have been a nice long for him if he took it.
Yeah, a lot of it just has to do with having big balls, just being brave, just being
Yeah.
courageous. Literally, it was a sniper entry, guys. It really was a sniper entry. And again, it goes
Yeah,
back to what I keep saying all the time. A lot of the times, market will reverse before it gets to like an area of liquidity or once it sweeps. Like once you see the rapid fire movement, you're just supposed to get in and hope for the best. Obviously, not with oversized or regular position, right? You would lower your size to 20, 30% and add to your position as it goes in that small direction. Doesn't mean you're going to do that in every situation, right? We have to be understanding the conditions that we're looking at. If we're looking at a demand zone, because this is like anything that's wick is just fast movement that taps and goes into the one direction. So I would always look at this like a demand zone. It's very, very strong. It's just will we break it? Will we break it to get the real support area? A real key level that has an ideal, safe for long as we have some kind of basing of support. That's the better move for me. The better move for me would be, hey, if I'm free falling because of news, and maybe there was a leak or somebody's just trying to target something specific, I'd rather much take longs here and get with the trend. It's again, the trend is your friend, right, guys?
That's the
Absolutely.
trend is down.
And the trend
The
is
trend
down.
is
That's right.
down.
That's what I'm trying to say, Ronnie.
So
I would
oh,
rather take a short bias than try to take 100 point up and I'm wrong and it just slaps me on the wrist. It's just scary. But there goes our 200 zone, guys. We're hitting that 200 gap. Let's see what reaction we get in the zone.
I might call it a day.
You're good,
All
brother.
my take profits were hit.
Yeah, I think your plan was correct.
Unfortunately,
Hey, it's okay, brother. It's better to miss out and miss the bus and wait for the next bus, bro. There's nothing wrong with that.
we're getting that 5 minute reaction on ES now, finally.
So what does that translate that for me?
It's likely for longs, more likely.
Okay, so I do see the SMT pattern on ES. I do see what you're saying. So basically what SMT is, guys, just to kind of explain it to you really quickly in the best way I can understand it. It always looks like a low followed by a trap to come back and take it up. They'll do one of these. So your entry would be somewhere in the long line of this right here. If it does a pullback, you're looking at something like this, and then your stop loss will be at the bottom. Is that correct, Monk?
Yeah, but like don't only enter off of SMTs though. Like that's just a supporting confluence, not
Mm,
a main one.
got it.
Because
It's
sometimes they can be wrong.
yeah, it's nothing guaranteed at all. Like there is no strategy that's guaranteed, guys. I do want to clarify that. Good morning, Andrea.
Good morning, team. How you guys doing?
Better than we deserve, that's for sure.
Amen.
Why?
Yeah.
Just gotta be grateful for everything
What
in
the
life, man.
fuck, bro? You deserve everything good that happens to you.
Hey, hey, you know what? I think we fall short from the glory of God. That's all it is, bro. God is good all the time. Not trying to make it religious or anything like that, but I'm just grateful. I have a grateful heart, man. Everything in my life is going in the right direction. Everything in my life is it's going in the way that God allows, and I just gotta thank God for that.
That's great to hear, bro. That is great to hear. So I just took a small long scalp when it dipped back down on that retest, and I just got out. So
Where did you
that
enter?
was uh let me see, because I was on Forex. Let me show it on futures. 146, and I got out at 220.
You sneaky man. You should have told me. I would have taken it if you would have taken
Yeah, but
it.
I heard you say I tried to take care of my evils, and I said I'm just gonna be quiet then, because
mm,
if he's trying to do something right, I'm not gonna
mm.
be the little devil on the on the shoulder, you know.
It's all
what a
good, bro.
good
It's all good.
friend.
It's all good. It's all good. You're a great friend for that. I appreciate that because at the end of the day, we are gonna get news dropped in 8 minutes, and that's really gonna give us the
Exactly.
true
Yeah.
direction. This could just be a trap to take us into the supply zone and then come back down, flushing super hard, where it won't even feel like I missed out on a what 80,
Yeah,
90
it
point
was
move.
risky because when I took the long, first of all, that the SL was real tight, but also uh, I put myself a rule that 2 minutes prior to news, I was gonna cut it no matter where it was, because I
Nice,
didn't want to leave it open at news. So
beautiful,
fortunately, it hit TP before that, but the reason I didn't share it is because it looked a little bit of a degen trade for me, so I don't like to mess up people's accounts when I do that.
beautiful. It's all good, man. It's all good. So as you guys can see, like there's gonna be certain things that are just gonna give you confluence to take a trade, and there's gonna be certain things where you just gotta be okay with sitting out, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not in a rush. It's just the beginning of the week, guys. We had a holiday yesterday. We don't know real direction. We just see a dump. It's not something you want to get too crazy about, especially being a new month. If you look at the monthly, all we're doing is supposedly in some way, shape, or form, it's looking like it dumped and it's getting some kind of support to just sit around and wait around what direction market wants. You have to be patient. It's only the beginning of the week. It's only the beginning of the month. I'm kind of talking to myself, if anything.
DP Panda took a long from the 50-minute of 230 ticks.
Beautiful,
Nice.
very nice, guys. Give
Nice.
her dubs. Drop some
Who did
dubs for her,
that?
please.
Who did that?
Sleepy Panda, your student.
Sleepy Panda.
That's my girl. Oh. Okay,
See.
I'm at 3,059 shares, but I'm gonna go. I don't feel good. I don't feel good, but I did long that at the bottom. I didn't want to say anything. I was long with minis. So
I told you she was quiet. She was
Mm.
quiet because she went full port at the bottom, I'm sure.
Ronnie,
no, I was
we're gonna have a
just watching.
discussion. We're gonna have a discussion
How
about
many
that.
minis? Tell the truth. How many minis?
3 minis, but
Ah,
like I
see?
said, I was
Wow.
trailing it and getting stopped out like one by one. So because I was trailing it tight. But
I have a big
anyways,
smile on my face for
I'm
you.
done. Thank you, babe. All right, I will talk to you guys soon.
Talk to you
All
later.
right, take care.
All right, guys.
Bye,
So
guys.
as you guys can see, we did make it into the 200 zone, and we did hit that 250, 240 zone that I talked about. That would have been your TP2 for longs. At this point, you are in a trade that you are trimming 80% of your position. If you are in anything at this moment, you're trimming everything. That's our final TP. That's where we would had already assumed that it would exhaust. And you're not being greedy to try to hold this for any longer than what it is. So Monk gave us a beautiful entry,
News.
and I gave you
Yeah.
guys the confluences. That's 230 points on New York Open. So my
Also, we
recommendation
have
is to stay
news
sit.
in
Go ahead. I'm
four
sorry.
minutes. We have news in 4 minutes. So if you're in an open position, take care of that position because a slight wick to either side can wreck you. So if you're long from the bottom, like Dude said, just clean out 80% and put your sell at heavy profits to don't get screwed by any news week. So yeah, and it's a red folder news. So be careful. And always remember, first reaction is almost entirely wrong, always. So if we go back down, we can wait for it. Don't try to catch any short because it can easily trap you and smoke right back up. Same thing if it goes the other way. So just wait for the market to react to the news, digest it, and wait for your pullback.
That's beautifully said. Segi, good stuff, brother. Wow. Look at that. A beautiful trade, man. I love it. That's a beautiful zone. That was very, very nice. I was hoping that if we got the 100,
Banger trade, bro. I would put my SL a little bit higher if I were you during the news, but yeah,
nah, he's good. He's
don't
covering
leave.
himself. He's good. He has confidence on his trades, and I think he knows how to exit. So I'm happy for him. Let me see here. I trade during my 9 to 5, so I can't join voice. Sorry, guys. You're good, brother. It's all good, Segi.
It's okay, bro.
Segi, just in case you just dropped in and I didn't notice, there is news in the next 3 minutes, so try to just trim something and hope for the best. Or if you're gonna hold it to TP,
Nice.
good. Just making
He
sure
already
you know
hit
that.
TP for him.
Oh,
He already hit TP
nice.
for him.
Very, very nice. Let's see
Another
here.
solid startup. Nice, nice, nice.
Let's see here.
Let's see what happens now.
Notice, guys, how my bias is short for the day, and I'm just sitting on my hands. I feel no fear. I feel no FOMO. I'm just calm, chilling. It's a great day. Like I would have, if I was not here with you guys, I would have taken my short here, and I would have got trapped. So I'm grateful that I'm here. I'm grateful that I'm just sitting on my hands.
That's salty about that long, bro.
Hey,
Yo, 200 points. I missed out, bro.
And you would have still probably you probably would have still TP'd early either way.
Yeah.
I
My TP would
Dude,
have been like 190.
Monk, I'm telling you straight
dude,
up. Go ahead, brother.
Sleepy Panda is asking you something about
My
the
fault.
server.
My bad. Let me take a look, guys. I'm sorry. How do I check the chat? Do this going on YouTube? Let me know if I can boost. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, Sleepy. It does go on our YouTube channel. I am recording every single session. Whether it's me, Gonzo, or anybody, I do record them and I upload them for us to have some kind of like recap, or any members that missed out, they can see how we're using all of our brains together in one place. It's not just credit to one person, it's credited to all of us as a community.
Okay, here comes the news.
8 seconds.
5,
5,
4,
4,
3,
3, 2,
2,
1.
1.
There it goes.
Guess who? I have to download that one to the soundboard.
Oh gosh, it's going to 285.
I want to see the result. So it came lower, just a tiny bit lower than expected.
It came weaker. So what that means is it's definitely gonna be a bullish thing
Risk
for the market.
or risk asset, yeah.
It guarantees that we
But
keep the I believe, if I'm not mistaken, lower means that we guarantee that we will have a bullish reaction for equities. It won't change the monetary policy of the thought of changing interest rates higher or keeping them paused. So that does help
yeah,
equities.
the only thing that still makes me itchy is the fact that still all Max 7s are red. So I fear that unless they start to keep pumping and flipping more to the at least break-even side or greenish side, we could end up having a roof on NQ now for this pump. Because they are stalling at the moment, the Max 7s. They reached that pump and they are all beginning to stall. If all the Max 7 keep retracing now as they did at open, we're gonna retrade all this pump. Sure, bro.
Let's see, we might be basing here for a little bit, and that should give us a direction.
Yeah.
Or it might give us a push to the downside just to get support and then continue to the upside again.
Nvidia is starting to puke again. Let's see, it needs to hold like 170.8. I fear that if it doesn't, it can drag all the market with it. So let's see what happens. By the way, currently I'm sharing the screen for the Max 7. So if anybody wants to look at them on live view, just select to watch stream and you can see what I'm seeing.
Yeah, they're all red.
Yeah. No bueno. Gold made a nice jump, 40 points in the day.
Anything significant you see, Debbie? I want to pick your brains a little bit. Andrea, have you been looking at anything specific that I may not be seeing right now?
I can't tell over the week because the holiday kind of confused me. I needed to hit the 285. After it hits that, I'm looking for a short. But it didn't quite get there.
Bro, look at my chart. Look at NVIDIA. I just flip it to 15-minute. Look at that red candle.
Yeah,
That's
it's a death candle. You don't want that. That's not what you want
yeah.
to be in at
I
all.
think we're gonna end up retracing, or maybe market is telling us that we're gonna range. You know,
It's gonna be a big
I
range.
don't know.
We could be ranging for the
Yeah,
whole day, guys. Remember
I
this
think that
week.
we could
Love
range
a
from
retrace.
If you look at the week, guys, on Friday
23
we do have unemployment rate. I'm sorry, we have the average hourly earnings. We have non-farm payroll, unemployment rate.
Yeah, it's gonna be a heavy,
It's
heavy
heavy,
week.
heavy, super heavy. ISM, PMI. There's a lot going on this week that it's like what I said earlier at the beginning of this stream is you're gonna take whatever market gives you and not get greedy looking for home runs. Let me see here. So this
So
15
I'm
minute.
just watching to see what happens at VWAP,
Mm-hmm.
and so far it's holding. Looks like it wants to go down. But I also have this score chart that says we're in the green so far. And I'm trying out something else. It's called Tick Strike.
Mm-hmm.
And it is a sea of red and green right now. But the louder it gets, the more people are jumping in. Like right now, it just turned all red.
Yeah,
Yeah,
look
yeah,
at
yeah.
NVIDIA. No bueno.
So it's so mixed. It's hard to do anything.
Yeah, we're in the middle right now, so I would just wait. Unless you're heavy biased already in a one direction and you want to take it, that's fine. But if you're still waiting for a direction on the market, I would suggest you still wait because this area is no bueno, I think.
And if you zoom out, guys, if you look at the 30-minute, we would have had a really, really strong bullish reaction at 268. And all it did is create a really small, down push from this supply zone at 279, which Andrea, I see what you were talking about, 285 now that I zoom out.
Mm-hmm.
So support turns into resistance.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good observation. Just kind of like making sure you guys can understand that. So if market's coming from the upside down, all we're doing is tapping a zone that used to be support. So you see how we came, we pushed, created key level to be demand, and then gave us that strong demand that gave rallies all the way up. Well, now that's the opposite. You know how I always
Yeah,
say a break and
totally.
retest is resistance turning into support. Now it's support turning into resistance. Same concept. If you guys can always zoom out sometimes and look at that, it helps you have better confluences into your trading. Now, can we be wrong about it? 100%. But the probabilities
Mm-hmm.
help you see better on the conditions of the market. Because again, all this bullish rally that we had in the morning, it could just be in the moment of that beginning and then continues to dump into this 800 zone that I was talking about earlier. So
I
let's
think
just
that
play our cards
that's
right.
at least I think we're gonna retest the opening low. I see this going down from here, but we'll see.
By the way, I never said good morning to Nicole. Good morning, NX. Good morning, Marcos. And Dylan, good morning, brother.
Did any of you guys take the opening short?
The opening
No,
short, no, none of us. We were
no,
waiting for direction,
no,
but
no,
it gave us a
exactly.
very bullish from that beginning. If you were
Yeah, I
short in
was
the
on waiting
open,
mode.
if you were short in the beginning, you got killed.
Well, I took a short because all night I was watching the London session, and then I was like, surely New York is gonna become bearish, and it did. I made 1.2K, but I got it at the very bottom, and right now it's looking kind of bullish.
Yeah, I don't know about that, bro.
Just be very careful because I don't know if you came in as soon as I already talked about what I just said. So you see how we have this really strong rally from this demand zone that was created.
Yeah, I didn't think it was gonna go past that. That's why I stopped out, or not stopped out, but that's why I took my profits.
Good stuff. I think that's the best thing you could do. And if you were at the bottom, the way I would look at this, if you were at the bottom, you would originally kind of put your stop loss already in profit, where you're not letting it be more than 197 being your stop loss. Because if it does come back down to continue to the upside, at least you're saving yourself the hassle of losing the majority of your profit.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
but this was beautiful. It was beautiful. I think Monk was the highlight of today's session. He called it so precise. It was so clean. I was hoping that it was a trap here to continue to the downside, but it didn't, and it was beautiful. Good job. Good job, even though he didn't take it. See here.
Yeah, Nvidia sucks. It's currently barcoding on the M30.
Ronnie, what do you see in the markets? Give me some insights, girl.
Okay, I feel like we tapped into like a 30-minute area of supply.
Mm.
So that's why like right now, I just scalped a few micros to the short side, but it's choppy. So I can't there's not really gonna be like anything directional at this moment that I can give you guys any insight. So it's
Short, by the way.
trade small.
Good stuff.
You're short.
Yeah, I'm from 237.
Hey.
Just a quick little 2 micro short. But I'm break even now, so let's see. Because this is kind of higher risk.
The question right now is this. I do see how Ronnie explains the supply and it goes back down. We have this sort of reversal pattern here that we didn't see earlier. That would have been a nice little scalp if we were looking for a small pullback. Um, Pay attention to these kind of things, guys. If we tap the zone that Andrea was talking about and it didn't give her the exact location, and as we zoom out, we see it more clear. Pay attention to this because a lot of times in real time we don't realize it unless we have it marked. And that's the beautiful thing about having people like Gonzalo and Ronnie and Andrea, that they're looking at small things that you guys can continue to add to your confluences as they happen in real time. Because again, Ronnie's really clear with her supply and she's really clear with her demand zones. And I don't know if you've been paying attention in the last few sessions. She's been so precise that it usually taps by 2 ticks a zone that she's looking interested in, and it goes and it flies. So pay attention to that. Pay attention to Gonzo. He's usually telling you where your entry should be with a pullback or the 30-minute breakout. Pay attention to Andrea. She's usually giving you a zone where sometimes that zone is almost precise where it goes in the direction that she's looking at. If you're a new trader and you're trading with us all the time, I just want to make sure you guys understand. Start analyzing what people are analyzing so you can use your own confluence towards your everyday trading. And if you're a new trader and you're not trading the way you should, just create the habit of seeing why are these people seeing what they see. Not to take our trades blindly, but to start adding journal into what you're seeing, your emotions. What can you do better? If I could hold longer, there's traders like Ronnie. Sometimes she doesn't hold long enough. Monk doesn't hold long enough. These are small things that between now and the end of the year, you guys should start being self-applied to want to do more and more and more. Um, a lot of times we don't look or take notes of that, but that's the only thing that's gonna make you a better trader. And the reason why I talk about this is because if I didn't take any position today, I want to at least leave this kind of like session being about your mindset, being about your work ethic to what you're doing every single day to become a better person, not only in the charts, but outside of your charts and the habits that you have in your every regular day life. So that's a pretty good session for today, guys. What I do want to say to you all is just lower your size, take more trades, execute, and risk manage. It's not the money, it's the risk management. And I can tell you that because look, I have 3 evals. I have 3 evals that I still have not traded, but guess what? My size is lower. I'm being more patient. I myself am trying to like really, really nail to get these done by this week, but I'm not putting the pressure on getting it done right away. I want to keep it where it's always going to be in the most healthy way possible. And I even had a discussion with Ronnie this last evening. I think it was yesterday or 2 days ago. I don't remember what day it was, where she even told me, "You're looking at the charts and there's nothing in there in that zone that you're talking about." And I was like adamant about like a position, and I traded the plan, and it didn't go in my direction. Try not to be so stuck on the charts all day. And if you are, make sure it's specific valid zones. And if you're not sure, ask the group. Send a screenshot. Hey guys, I'm thinking about taking a trade at XYZ zone. Doesn't mean that because people don't agree with you, doesn't mean that you're not going to take it, but always cover yourself to avoid those losses that could be mitigated. Because when I took a small L, it was $100. But had I listened to Ronnie, maybe I would have been in a better position to say, hey, I could have shorted that instead of buying. So take that for what it is, guys. But right now, what I'm gonna be doing, guys, I'm gonna be letting you guys go. I'm gonna stop the recording and I'm gonna let you guys be here if you guys want to continue. I don't know if M30 or Ronnie or anybody wants to take over the session, but I have to go take my mom to the doctor just to get an appointment, get checked out.